First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to the true and living power, which is Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the true name of His only begotten Son, and there is no God beside Him. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who definitely rule well, and honors and salutations to the hopeful elect. Dua to Tiabash Mashai for allowing me to do another lesson. I want to get into in this lesson, 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 14, which says, put earthly cares away from you. And also what I want to entitle this lesson is, resisting the C-hip seriousness. Okay? Which is represents, the C to the H to the IP, which we can't really say we trying to avoid getting strikes. And they got those pretty much those keywords, those trigger words that'll draw them to your page and get your page taken down. So that's why we gotta speak like that, which is definitely a representation of the scriptures as well coming to pass. Because the scriptures say there shall be a famine in the land. What's that? Amos 8:11, I believe. In fact, let's get it, man. Come back to this, Lord willing. Amos chapter 8, verse 11, which says, the time has come. Oh, this is all in the Good News translation, by the way. Because for some reason, this new app I'm going to use, get into the King James version with the Apocrypha, and 2nd Esdras doesn't come up for some reason. But, not to show you waste time, this is the book of Amos chapter 8, verse 11. It says, the time is coming when I will send famine on the land. People will be hungry, but not for bread. They will be thirsty, but not for water. See, so it's talking about a specific one. People are going to be, hungry and thirsty because that's going to be one of the burdens of Jacob's trouble that's coming upon the planet Earth. Because, everyone here is pretty much living in wickedness, man. And the Lord is a righteous power, not a power for wickedness. So anyway, it's better to get this one in King James. Anyway, so Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Okay? Is what it's specifically speaking about. Hearing the words of the Lord. Because right now, when you hear the word of the Lord, what happens? How is that so beneficial, to hear the words of the Lord? I believe that's Romans 9. Slocky, bear with me. Let me search it. Romans chapter 10, verse 16, which says, but they have not all obeyed the gospel, for Isaiah said, Lord, who hath believed our report? So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High. Okay? So faith comes by hearing the word of the Most High. So that's why it's so beneficial to hear the word of the Lord now through his men. All right, the men of the Lord is bringing it out, which is brought out for your mercy, to be able to build your faith, for you to be able to know what's coming down the pike, which is originally what this lesson, how this lesson was going to start out, going back to the title, resisting the C to the H to the IP seriousness, because nothing is as serious as that, as I'm going to get back into. But anyway, it says, and I mean as far as the things on the earth. All right, that's that we're dealing, the problems of the earth that we're dealing with. That's the biggest and most serious one we need to be worried about. That's the biggest and serious test, man. We need to be worried about passing. All right? Not the shit test from a woman. Not the college exam test. You know, none of these tests. The biggest test, all right? Not a nigga testing your patient. Yo, don't test me, son. You know? But the test that's gonna be forced on the planet Earth through that R to the F to the ID, which is the mark of the beast, man. But getting back into this, because it's beneficial to hear the word of the Lord now. It's preparing us for all these things, man. It's helping us to get to know our power. Yahweh Shem Al Shai. The more we could, know him and cleave unto him, it says that in Ecclesiastes 2 and 3, cleave unto him that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So the more we could cleave unto the Lord, rejoice in the Lord, talk to the Lord, be comfortable if it just have to be, you and the Lord. Nobody else in your life, man. All right? Because, hey, you talk to Yahweh Shem Al Shai so much, and you in the spirit so much, that how can, like James 4 and 8, draw nigh unto me and I will draw nigh unto you. How can the Lord not want to help you in that day, man? This is a man that always prays you, and it takes what? At the end of the day, faith. Back in Romans 10 and 17, so then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High. And faith is what's gonna save us, man. So many scriptures. First one that comes to mind on faith. Hebrews 11 and 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. So you think you got a chance of being saved, man? From all hell breaking loose. The one who's bringing it in the first place being, whose word only calls God, okay, whose true name is Yahweh, right? He's the one that's bringing it, man. Ultimately, and through Yahweh Shem Al Shai, okay, whose word only called Jesus. They're the ones bringing this, man. So of course they could be the ones that save you from it. Matter of fact, Proverbs 21:31, man, says, safety is of the Lord. The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord. I believe Proverbs 21:31. So if you're not pleasing him, what makes you think he cares about if you're safe or not? It's like you got a girl and she committing adultery on you, doing all this and that, to where you call it quits with her. She wasn't pleasing you no more, so you cut her off, man. She wasn't useful. So now that girl, that we all probably been through, that girl, man, or those women or whatever, who are now cut off from you because they didn't please you and they disgusted you instead, you really gonna care about, would you care about their safety, man? She committed adultery, you had a baby, and it turned out to not be yours. Stole money from you, let out all your secrets. You know good and well, if you're a serious minded man and not a fucking goofball who isn't even worthy to be talked to by anybody, man. You would know damn well you wouldn't give you a real one, a real ninja, like they say. A real one wouldn't give a damn, man. Ultimately. So just to prove the point that it's imperative, man, to please Yahweh Shem Al Shai. Because if you are pleasing to Yahweh Shem Al Shai, and you are doing the right things to show, oh man, this person may be a headache once in a while, but ultimately they're worth keeping around. All right, because none of us is perfect. Just to show that, like, we're profitable, he is pleasing to me, then you're gonna care about them, man. And that's all. And the whole point of saying all that is because of faith, man. That's how important it is to have faith. If you don't have faith, it's impossible to please him. You're likened unto that disgusting woman, the first one that I went into. It says, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is. It's a must. You know what must means, man? Just getting excited. Must. Like, if you give somebody an order, man, you're not gonna be able to have your way if you don't follow through. Like, if you want to go to a club or something, not promoting that, I don't go to clubs, but it's just the first example I thought of. If you want to get into a club and they say, you must not have on camo pants. I remember one time that happened to me, man. You ain't getting in. A must is a must. So we must have faith. We must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Okay? So, to go back to Romans 9, and then back in second Esdras. And then once again, to even get to that point, to bring it back, it all comes from, hearing the word of the Lord. Salaki, bear with me. Oh yeah, Romans 10, Salaki. Romans chapter 10, verse 17. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High. Okay? So that's why it's very important, going back ultimately to Amos, that's the importance of the famine of the word that's coming, not being able to hear the word of the Lord no more, because now you're left off in a state to where you didn't please the Lord. All right? Time ran out. And, all right, I was like, everybody stop where you are. Let's see who, like Squid Games, man. When Squid Games was, you got a certain amount of time when they would say stop, or she would say stop and go, like, turn around without seeing you or whatever. Pretty much you had a certain amount of time to make it past this finish line. Some people made it, other people didn't. The ones that didn't was immediately gunned down. All right, that didn't make it to the line in time of pretty much stopping a game of stop and go. So that's how it's gonna be if you're found in a state of not being pleasing to the Lord during this famine of the word, right? Now I might as well go back to Amos and read it. Yeah, man, this is not a game, man. But not to say but on pretty much the other side of the coin is like it is that a game that in which you want to win in, but not a game as far as playing around. All right, you got people who don't play games in that type of manner, serious minded people, but then you do have games like as far as sports and stuff like that, man. So and as far as it being a sport, that's why we want to be prosperous in this, and when we do become prosperous, it gets exciting, man. Growth is always exciting. Right? Even if you had a job and you're taking on a new level, you're gonna get higher pay. You're gonna get a better and bigger office, with a better view or whatever. It gets more exciting, man. So it is exciting in that aspect of it. But as far as like joking around, man, it's gonna get serious, yo. This is Amos chapter 8, verse 11. So, matter of fact, let me jump to 12 for time's sake, since I already read it. It says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. But those that have the word of the Lord, stockpiled in faith, stockpiled in doing the works of the Lord, stockpiled on just being immersed in the Holy Spirit. That's why, I pray the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, man, definitely get spiritual powers. Because they've been doing this before a lot of us was born. But anyway, man, those that are in that state already have the word and don't need to go seeking and finding them. So they're going to what? be successful in that day. They're going to be taken care of in that day. But those that didn't, stockpile faith and the word of the Lord, you done, man. It's gonna be crazy. And it's like I pause it, but you know what? That's it ties it all right back in, man. So that's the spirit. Because this is on 2 Ezra 14:14. With that being said, famine of the word coming. It says, put earthly cares away from you. Throw down your human burdens and lay aside your weak human nature. So all the earthly cares. My friend, let me keep reading. Put all your anxieties aside and get ready to leave this world quickly. You have seen many evil things already, but far worse things are about to happen. Okay? So as far as the planet Earth, man, people on Earth, we've seen many evil things already. Like many great horrific days, World War II, the Vietnam War, as far as the planet Earth, but also even in our own lifetime, man. You can even, because we can look up and pull up videos, man, of the most horrific times, that the Earth was seen. We know about 70 AD. All right, when pretty much the famine was within Jerusalem because they were blocked off, and atrocities of hell when slavery, man, transatlantic slave trade. That was a horrific time, for us as a people, man. But the times that's coming is gonna be crazy. All right, Salaki, man. Attempted to finish this lesson, kept getting disrupted. But anyway, this is matter of fact, I'm gonna read this though, verse 15 again, because it sums it up. It says, put all your anxieties aside, and get ready to leave this world quickly. Because all the anxieties, man, that we may have, which pretty much is just your health, that we going through, our problems, situations, even things we may go through, lower level things, even like I was thinking about Esau too, when he tries to demonize us. That's even a earthly care, man, that we have to put away, being demonized and stuff like that. When this thing really takes off, that doesn't even compare to the bottom line of, if you take that MO to the TB, you are through, man. So that's why it says, and get ready to leave this world quickly. The only way you're going to be able to leave this world, all right, is if Yahweh Shema Shai, is if you're one of the ones that Yahweh Shema Shai saves. Okay, because the hopeful elect is going to get beamed up in the chariots. And, we're ultimately going to leave the world in that aspect, being the earth. But, comments, damn, it's crazy, man. Literally had to just go for a walk, man, to finish this lesson, because I kept getting disrupted so much. But anyway, it says, but that's it, man. At the end of the day, remember Apostle Kabar was mentioning that about brothers always get distracted or calls or something, in the midst of the lesson. And that's the spirit, man. I wanted to mention that because it never left my mind. Like about 3 weeks ago, a month ago now, we had like 3 people in the camp. So I'll give you a real quick story. We had like 3 people in the camp talking to us, and one dude was listening the whole time for a minute. I noticed. We was going to talk about different topics, but once the RF to the ID topic came up, his phone rang. The second that topic came up, his phone rang, and now he's on the phone, missing the breakdown. So Yeah, man, it's a heavy topic because it's the biggest care that we have to care about. It's the most important thing. It's the greatest fear. Like it surpasses the fear of what Esau can do to you. You know, Esau may even send spies or whatever, spy out your liberty. You know, and it just doesn't phase the hopeful elect. They just don't care. Like, it's nothing that nobody could really do, man. Because we just don't care as much as we don't care about taking that MO to the TB. Because we know, man, that if we take that shit, you're not going to see the kingdom. That means all these works that you've done, man, all the time that you put in was for nothing. So you'll be a two-time loser. You would be a two-time loser, just like Esau's a two-time loser. Because you would be losing out on the kingdom, and then you lost out on your little life that you could have had in Babylon the Great, man. If you get all the way up to the sea hip and then you take it. You know? And that's a scary thing, man. I remember my brother said, not saying that they would take it, but my brother said he had a dream that he saw brothers took it. Like, yo, I had to take it, man. You know, and still tried to come around. That's a two-time loser, man. And I know none of us, man, it's lucky. Nobody wants to be a two-time loser. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That pretty much sums it up anyway, man. Once again, put all your anxieties aside and get ready to leave this world. Okay? Lord willing, this was edifying. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.